Yet to see the fruits of the resolutions made by the Baringo leaders who held a meeting a few days ago in a bid to end the perennial scourge.
Hatuwezi memberesa mambo ya insecurity. Diyo haende huko, maaskari wakae huko, na watoto warudi Rukus, Mukutani, Arabal na pale zote ambayo ilikuwa yao. Hatuwezi kubahatisha mambo ya insecurity.
Watu wameteseka ya kutosha.
Moving on, politicians from Nyeri are advocating for a review of the criteria on allocation of funds to county referral hospitals. Nyeri woman MP Priscilla Nyokabi and a number of Nyeri MCAs say the funding criteria needs to be revised to ensure all benefiting counties contribute to the budgets of the referral hospitals. Now, they added that such expenditures are presently being shouldered by the individual host county and that this has hampered other development projects. The MP cited the example of the former Nyeri Provincial Hospital, which served as a central region's referral hospital and whose budget is presently solely being funded by the Nyeri County government.
That we are now calling upon counties to go specific and start practicing gender responsive budgeting whenever they are allocating money, so that the money goes directly to the people that it is intended for.
So we've deliberated a lot of issues on the funding that we have received, I think 3.7 billion, and the little that the county is being able to make. But I think our bigger regret is that the county is receiving very, very little from the national government. Our county allocation is among the most minimal, and we think that the formula for county allocation needs to be looked at so that all counties are equalized, so that counties like ours here in Nyeri receive the allocation that is commensurate to the services that are expected by the people of this county. And so
let's shift gears from county matters now and have a look at what's happening in our prisons, where over 200 inmates of Yatta prison, that's in Machakos County, are agitating for the right to conjugal visits. Now, the prisoners feel that their rights are being violated since they are not allowed to be intimate with their wives, stating that conjugal visits should be allowed by law. The prisoners also pointed out that courses like carpentry and masonry have not been introduced in the prison's education curriculum, yet they feel these are courses that would help them earn a living once they are released.
Mimi ningeomba serikali iweze kama inawezekana. Unajua hapa mtu anakuja anapata mtu amefungwa miaka 2, mwaka mmoja, na kumaliza mwaka mmoja bila kufanya tisi, yani inakuanga shida, unaelewa? Kwa hivyo ningeomba serikali kama inawezekana itutengenezee tu room. Mtu akikuja kutembelewa na bibi yake, wanaonana hapo, wanaongea na maneno 2 3, alafu kisha anarudi nyumbani akijisikia mzuri.
Right from his mouth to God's ears. Elgeyo Marakwet County has injected 34 million to rehabilitate Rimoi National Reserve that was once home to various wildlife species but has since been lying neglected for decades now. The National Reserve, situated in Kerio Valley region, is home to the largest herd of elephants, white crocodiles and bird species among other wildlife, in addition to the beautiful scenery that has largely remained untapped. Local county government is keen on exploiting the resources to increase its revenue base and make the region a tourist hub.
He has directed us, and in front of us, our dam has been commissioned. Thank you very much.
We have launched another product, and we want to encourage them to come and sample what we have in Elgeyo Marakwet County, and ranging from our escarpment to Rimoi National Reserve. And soon also we are working on a project where we want to have a cable car. You don't need to travel by road from Iten all the way to Rimoi. We will put a cable car so that you'll just drop directly from top of the escarpment and down to Rimoi.
Now, the Teachers Service Commission will recruit more teachers who will be deployed to northern Kenya. The move is an attempt to ensure that children in marginalized areas like Marsabit have access to quality education. Now, currently, girls constitute 40% of the enrollment. The Ministry of Education says it is keen to increase that number to at least 50% by 2015. This, according to leaders from northern Kenya, can only be enhanced if the government concentrates its efforts in constructing more schools in the northern region.
Education is a key, is a key that unlocks the people's perspectives, their thinking patterns. Over the last 7 years, we have been partnering in Isiolo, in Marsabit, and in Samburu counties in education, particularly in girls' education. And we are very pleased with the little progress we made together with our partners, with local government, and we don't want to be in charge. We want to be partners in leading this process together.
In the performance contracts of our cabinet secretary, we have actually put that issue on ensuring higher, better enrollments in arid and semi-arid regions. We want to increase by at least 10% from the 40% to 50%. So this, this campaign is going to help us to ensure that that those enrollments go higher.
This year alone, this financial year alone, we built over 60 classrooms, and we are in the process of recruiting. Of course, we had some challenges with the TSC. We wanted to recruit more teachers. We had funds for about 60 teachers, and we wanted to do this every year so that at the base level, we have more facilities like classrooms, and we have also teachers at that level, so that we can progress up and ensure that our people get an opportunity.
Right. Do you ever imagine living on an island where to get basic commodities will require boarding a boat and getting enough supply to last for a long period of time?
Well, fishermen of Rusinga Island in Homa Bay County literally live from hand to mouth after spending most of their time deep into the lake to search for fish.
That's right, and here is KTN's Francis Ontomwa as he spent the time with the fishermen of Rusinga Island and filed the following report.
An activity-packed morning, men and women taking stock of the day's catch. From the look of things, it appears this is not a bad day. Rusinga Island is one of the most important fishing zones here at Lake Victoria. The sweet waters providing a livelihood for thousands of families. But have you ever wondered what it takes to get the catch home? This is the story of toil and sweat of the fishermen of Rusinga. But is it worth it?
Tarejeo sahi naye sijajua bado cause hii mambo ya kutafuta sometimes unaweza kuenda na ukakosa. Sometimes unaweza enda na ukapata.
It is about 6:30 p.m. Odendo Jr. and fellow fishermen are about to set out on a night-long venture laden with exhaustion and a lot of uncertainty. Odendo Jr. has been in this trade for years now. It is a chilly evening, but this dampens not his spirits. This boat is hired, and eventually when business closes, is expected to avail 25% of the catch to the boat owner.
Wana hii meli si yangu na napiga 2%, 25%.
In the dead of the night, the challenges abound. Despite rowing for long distances, sometimes even as far as 100 kilometers a night, the catch is just too little to write home about. But anyway, the net has to be cast.
Kama meli imezama, watu walikufa, hata juzi hapa kuna mmoja wawili yenye walikufa.
A loose polythene bag worn over his light frame is the only protection against a raging storm. Boniface Okech is another fisherman who has been in this business for decades.
We have always appealed to the government, but we don't get loans. It's difficult for the government to give us loans, because fishing is unpromising. Sometimes the catch goes down, sometimes the catch goes up.
Chilly morning on day 2 and Odende is back. Activities end in the waters, another starts on dry land. The men have wrapped up affairs and it is the turn of women to take over. At this stage, it is a scrambling affair.
Nalingana namna bote wanakuja. Saa ingine tunaanza kutoa saa 12 mpaka saa 3 hata na nusu.
Right, we should be paying our bills right about now, but coming up on the other half of this show, we'll talk about the controversy that is cashless transactions when boarding matatus.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Welcome back. This is KTN Newsdesk. Equity Bank has offloaded its entire 24.7% stake in mortgage lender Housing Finance to Britam. Now, the bank will offload its 57.27 shares in a deal valued at 2.2 billion shilling, giving the bank a huge payday for its initial 433 million shillings investment. News of the unfolding and subsequent buying of the Housing Finance shares set off frenzy at the Securities Exchange by 12 p.m. Housing Finance's share was up at 8.19%. Equities share up 2.17%, while there was a lot of interest for the Britam share, which was up 11.81%. In a statement to NSC, Britam says it will be seeking an exemption from making a takeover bid for Housing Finance, despite increasing its stake to the lender to 46.1%. For Britam, this is part of an expansion strategy as the company manages itself in acquisition and invest in property development and increase its footprint outside Kenya. For Equity Bank, the move is viewed as a move to grow its mortgage business and compete with other lenders in the market. It's really sad that most of those people are just going to look for a better life.
I know, but what to do? What to do?
Tough.
Well, that's where we wind up this edition of KTN Newsdesk. I'm Edith Kimani. Good afternoon.
That's right. And my name is Bonnie Tunya. Today, the U.S. taking, it's the U.S. against Ruiri. That's what they're saying today. But Samba Buzz is up next for that.